Hi. Hello, how are ya? The day I've been waiting for all year, X Games Aspen 2024 ski Knuckle Huck. Has this contest turned into a knuckle big air competition? Today, we're gonna find out. Tom Wallace, still a man of utter class, repping the North Face Gucci puffer. That's crazy color combo on it. Coming off the win last year, Jesper Shader finally getting what he deserves, getting gold in this event. X Games Aspen 2023 for doing that front flip to lay Brawny, and also did that switch double backflip.
Coming in and switcher on his first attempt. Oh my goodness!
Moving over to this year's start list, we have some talented boys. B-Dan making his first X Games appearance this year. Crazy to see. He's only 19 years old.
Dennis, describe the energy out here as you're competing.
It's so nice, like look at all the people.
Dennis,
Cody LaPlante, big air and slopestyle athlete. You'll often see this guy top 10 in all the World Cups. Yuho, Bacon US on Instagram. This guy is unreal, man. Attempted some of the gnarliest stuff, the most creative stunts on a pair of skis in history. He's got quad backflips in the bag, switch backflips off of wall rides, and a whole bunch of other stunts in his arsenal. Gonna be so fun to watch him excel in the Knuckle Huck here. Quinn Wolferman, no stranger to X Games. He's taken part in X Games Big Air, tossing a triple front flip.
Triple front flip?
Henrik Carlo needs no introduction. Alex Hall needs no introduction. Slopestyle gold medalist at the Olympic Games. Colby Stevenson also doesn't need an introduction. Coming out and showing off some really sick backcountry parts this year. It's been really fun to watch him ski in and outside of the park. And Jesper Shader. The skiing speaks for itself. First one out of the gate, all the way from Austria here.
Into this event, and Dennis.
Just barely getting away from him, going for that left side. Double cork 1260, 2 dome dips, 3.5 rotations off of a knuckle. Didn't fully get the nose bud, I don't think. It's more of like an olfactory slide on it. Did 180, slid the nostrils on it, and then pumped out the 12. Oh, yeah, not really a textbook nose butter, but still pulling a double cork 1260 off a knuckle. Next to drop, we got Cody LaPlante, also took part in the X Games slush contest this year.
Oh, another guy.
Crazy, man. Holding that 1260 as well, 3.5 spins. Not really dub, but still a really steezy axis on it. Trying to pop off the noses there. There's the 3. There's the 7. Just barely missing that safety grab. Gets around to 10, pulls it to 12, hangs on. Crazy. Again, 3.5 spins off a knuckle is outrageous. Plug. Here we go, man. Juho doing it for Finland. You might actually get the opportunity to shoot with this guy out in Ruka at the end of the month. Fingers crossed that actually plays out, because I mean, the skiing is going to speak for itself. Get ready for both your pituitary and cerebellum to be blown to bits here. Ah! Oh, darn, man. He had it in practice. Oh, yes! Just sneaking away from him slightly. It's like a full-on Superman dive, little belly churn on the knuckle, and then getting that Brawny out. Front flip late 1.
Take another look, carves off the right side of the skis. He's diving forward, both hands on the snow.
Next up, we got Quinn Wolferman. Armada kit goes crazy. Yeah, won this event back in 2022, 2 years ago. Forget what the winning stunt was. He's capable of a lot of different rotations, sweet axes and whatnot.
This landing can be so
He's also
high.
capable of some nasty nollies, going for a nollie misty 10. That's a front flip while doing 3 rotations simultaneously, but he's not popping proper. He's popping off the nostrils, the noses of his ski, completely jacking up the difficulty of that trick.
Trick was almost as minty as that outfit.
We got Henrik coming in, recently signed with Shy-Me, however you pronounce it. I have no elegance. Switch tail butter 9.
To the bio 9.
Dude, look it. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Pops tail butter 1 and then goes straight into a bio 7.
Got the new sunnies on, and the way he pops off the tail from the beginning of that knuckle, the grab, diving forward, huge trick, and just signature Henrik style.
Still not good enough for first. Quan still in that first place position. Really nice to actually showing the leaderboard this year. Usually they've kept the standings exclusive until the end, but now we got Alex Hall. This dude, he has more hardware than a Home Depot. Recently signed with Montclair, leaving Spider, but crazy to see him on the luxury front here. Big left 9 hundo, trying to get that tail tap, that sniper tap at the end of the nip knob. Still just goes to show how much control he has in the air here. He can set the rotation perfectly and then just have the comfort to extend that little meniscus, pump the tails down, miss the knuckle. But again, multiple runs, you'll be able to improve upon it. Switch landing was tight though.
Honestly, I'm trying to stay focused.
Park City, Utah's Colby Stevenson.
Right off the noses, right into the left side. Double core 1260, nosebud dub 12. It's the first hits for everybody. We've already seen 3 double core 12s in a Knuckle Huck contest. Look at that. On the new K2 graphics are so sweet. Look how close his noses and his tails get to the knuckle there. I mean, I've said it a lot. It takes a lot of commitment to buy a house. You're signing up for, you know, on average a 25, 30-year mortgage. This takes way more commitment, even if your rate is only 2-3%. Jesper, dude, coming off the gold from last year, popping in switch here.
Jesper shattered.
Oh,
baby!
Oh my goodness. I was gonna say.
I mean, like, how do you one-up a switched up backflip off a knuckle? Well, you do switch backflip on flat to switch backflip off a knuckle. He's a feline, man. He's literally a cat. Back up to the top, everybody's got their run 1 in. Thayer's had no idea what Thayer's was until this year's X Games. Maybe it's just an American thing, but don't need shampoo or conditioner when you can ski like this guy. Coming up, trying to improve upon that left side. Double core 12, pulls it to switch. Unreal. And even though we're seeing so many of them, don't get complacent to all the dubs you're seeing. It's so insane to pull any sort of dub off a knuckle, because by the time you completed that first dome dip, that first flip, and you have to huck for that second one, everything in your body is telling you just to land the trick, because the landing is literally 2 centimeters below you. But you got to go against that, pull for double, and then put the landing gear down deep.
Out on the noses he was.
Cody wrapped around that 1260 on his first lap, coming in switch for this one. Yeah, beautiful switchtail butter 10. Really nice and wrapped up, keeping his knees locked and loaded.
Looking for the execution.
All right, Bacon wasn't able to put down that belly slide brawny. Belly slide front flip late 1. See what he goes for on run 2 here. Doesn't try and get a rebate on it. Goes for something completely different. We saw Jesper do this in last year's Knuckle Huck. Tail press to fronty. I mean, you can make sense of this. In a front flip, you got to go forwards. So when you're doing the complete opposite thing and doing a tail press, getting that front flip around is so ridiculously difficult.
Ain't nothing better than the shit I got.
Quinn dropping in switch for his second hit here.
There from that fan.
Oh, beautiful. Pulling around switch tail bud 7. 2 rotations, not the 12s that we've been seeing in the past, only 2. But the axis on it, look at it. It's kind of like switch road. Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. It's like switch tail bud 180 to rodeo 630. He's coming off the side, pushing his hips to the side of him. Really difficult axis to hit when you're doing a tail butter.
Just having fun and doing great.
Carlo blasting in.
Nice.
But that might even top his nosebud on the Griselda flip. It's kind of weird this year because they really did shape the knuckle in more of a big air fashion. It's more of a jump now than anything. So to actually get a Griselda flip, I don't know if it's possible. We'll see on the slow-mo here. Because he would go nosebud all the way to the lip and then huck for fronty, and then he just smashed his new eyeglasses right into the knoll there. Yeah, see, it's really pivoted up as a jump.
Hall in for tip number 2, finds himself down at the bottom of the pack right now, sitting in that number 8 position.
Oh, yeah. Big hand drag on the 0 spin, lock and safety.
Alex.
Jesper using that Hero 12 with the max lens mod. The GoPro replay. Can you imagine doing that? Literally switch backflip on flat. Oh, Lord. Yeah, maybe going for the tail press fronty. Warming up with that tail press. I mean, we saw Yuho do it, scored really well. No, changing it up. There was no landing left. And even though he sent it completely way past 50-odd thousand yards past the last line, he's still so calm and keeps his knees locked in the air here. Look at how calm he is on it. Cody clocking in run 3.
Coming our way towards 8.5 minutes left to go.
Coming off of that switch tail butter 10, dropping in switch once again here. Whoa! Holds it at 360. That's like a Vinny Gagne axis. Switch rodeo 3.
I don't know how.
Oh, everything in your body when you huck off that way, everything in your body is forcing you to go to 540 to bring it around and land forward. But he's able to kick his hips out, stall it, stop it at 360. And that wasn't even over-rotated in the slightest. It was proper, like, switch brain back to 3. I don't think he locked the grab on it, unfortunately, so it's not going to score as good as you would expect, but still good enough to pump it up into the 3rd position.
Overtake Juho Seistamonen, who is on course right now, by the way, with a
Juho, 3rd run, dropping in switch for the first time here. Holy cow. No, man. Trying to pop out switch 1 to a dub Misty 9. To all you trampoline gymnast folks, it's like doing 2 front flips and a 180. Skiers, we call it a double 900 because we count the flip as a 360-degree rotation as well. 2 flips, that's a 720, then the late 180 makes it a 900 for us. It's a terrifying trick, especially off a knuckle. Quinn currently in 5th. We saw him playing around with that switch tail bud rodeo axis.
I've been in this Knuckle Huck event.
Oh.
Okay, Quinn also bringing a double variation here.
Nollie double Misty 12. Bro. 2 flips, forward off axis rotation, 2 front flips, you can think of it, while simultaneously spinning 3.5 rotations. Sending it large. So scary hitting the forward off axis rotations off a knuckle.
Everybody around us just erupted on that one.
Definitely more so a spin to win contest. But I mean, if you're a judge, dude, you cannot hate. That was a Nollie dub Misty 12. You cannot reward that. There's no narrative where you can't reward that. There's no narrative where you can't reward that. Switch tail bud dub 10. Debatably harder holding that at dub 10 than taking it to 12.
As always.
And you're just going to get, hopefully on the slow-mo, a big old reality check on how scary that stun is. Look how close his nostrils get.
Hold up.
Can you imagine being right there and then saying, hey, let's pull for one more?
Nope.
Oh, my neighbors are going to hate me. I'm trying to keep the hoots and the haulers on a little bit of a low here, but you can't when you watch Harlow toss something like that, brother. Putting him up in the 2nd position, not overtaking the Nollie dub 12 from Quan. Oh, let's see this one. This is going to be one of my favorites. Human scale.
It's Wilferman, Harlow, and Shatter. Here comes Alex Hall.
Sweet. What do you call a nollie that's on your tails? Kind of like a tail press off the tails of a skis, flat 3, pumps out late 1. Never seen that before, but I mean, to be expected. This is Alex Hall. Half the stuff he throws has never been done before.
Down, looking at the landing, it's so crazy. Stalled out a little.
Colby coming in for run 3.
Colby Stevenson back in. He currently sits in that 4th place position.
1440. There's a lot going on there, but in total, 4 full rotations, 2 dome dips. Did like a surface 360 on the knuckle before popping off the noses, I think. Yeah, crazy. Off the noses, has to pull 3 more rotations to make it a 1440. I don't know if we've seen a 14 ever done at X Games Knuckle Huck. I don't know if I want to see another one, because that's outrageous, man. Wow. Obviously putting him up in the 1st place. Definitely more of a spin to win here. But still, like, how do you not reward that? You know, as a judge, like, I can't imagine being in their position. Jesper obviously having to pull something out big there. One-upping what he did in the past and one-upping Juho doing a tail press brawny. So instead of holding that front flip, pulls it out to 180. Really difficult to appreciate the difficulty of that stunt because he made it look so effortless. Cody coming off that switch rodeo 360 run 4. Oh man. Yikes. Trying to pull off the sniper tap and a switch dub 10 there. Sorry, was that 14? Oh, they're not going to show it again because he bailed. I think that was 14, sorry. Yeah, there's 3, 7, 10. Trying to go. Wow. From a switch 3, even though it was a switch rodeo 360. Crazy stunt. From a switch 3, tries to pull around a 1440. Wild performance from Cody, but not going to be enough for a top 3 finish, unfortunately. This is Yuho coming in for his round 4.
Yuho, it's nice to mode and
Okay, Yuho.
Debatably more terrifying. Definitely, I would say, more difficult than the Nolly double Misty 12. So difficult, especially when you're coming off the momentum from a switch 1 to hold that stun at 900 versus pulling it to a 12 or a 10.
How are you going to spot where you're coming down?
I mean, he blew way past that last die line right there.
Quinn just one away from the top spot right now. Tom Hall is showing off the hardware.
To bump him up ahead of Colby Stevenson, can he do it?
Oh! Switch tailbud dub rodeo. Dub rodeo 10. That's gotta be one of the most scrumdiddlyumptious tricks I have ever seen. Arlo coming in for his last lap.
And that's Henrik's signature.
Textbook nose butter dub 12. It's crazy how you're almost like not even shocked at this point. Crazy that he got one of his edits on Benny the Butcher's YouTube channel this year as well. Huge dub for him, man. Colby not necessarily sitting comfortably in first. Jesper could still take that away from him.
His second potential gold here.
So he's gonna throw another double 14. 2 flips, 4 full rotations. He did it both switch and forward. And don't take all these nose butters for granted. When you break it down, man, they have to pop a full 180-degree rotation on their olfactory cells, on the nostrils of their ski, and then he has to pump off those noses and do 2 flips and 3.5 spins to pull it around to 14. That is so difficult. I want to see the Yuho creativity rewarded more, for sure, but as a judge, man, that's tough not to reward.
One thing's for sure, we're definitely going to have our first repeat winner in the history of men's ski Knuckle Huck out here.
Coming in for his final attempt. Be interesting to see if he actually gets one little spin to win here. I don't want to say I called it, but he's capable of throwing so many creative stunts off a knuckle. Just watch any of his ski edits and you'll know what he's capable of. But he knows that the judges are rewarding spin to win behavior. So he just pops out a casual nosebud dub 12. Still an incredibly difficult trick, especially on his heads. Those are not a loose ski. That is a very stiff ski to be tossing a nosebud dub 12 off of. I don't think personally he wanted to do it, but again, if you want to get on the podium, you got to impress the judges. And what are the judges rewarding? Big spins. So we'll see if that gets him up into a top 3 position. But you'd have to dethrone Quan, and he did that switched up rodeo test.
Jump into the podium, but he's not going to overtake the test.
Happy to see Jesper up there. I'm really stoked to see Jesper up there because he threw some really creative stunts. Definitely deserves it. A little bit upset that Quan's not in the podium. Colby getting gold. I mean, how do you not give 2 dub 14s, switch and forward, the gold medal? But also it's kind of upsetting that the other bits of creativity wasn't rewarded like it should have been. All I can say is I would never want to be a judge in my entire life. How do you bring a level of objectivity to a subjective sport? Dude, I have no idea.
Things out, but what a way to cap off.
That was still some incredible skiing. Yuho, MVP in my mind.